Welcome to my channel, where your adventure into the future starts right now. Step into a vibrant universe filled with groundbreaking technology, breathtaking alien landscapes, and exhilarating sci-fi narratives that challenge your imagination. From daring explorations of distant galaxies to haunting journeys through dystopian societies, we uncover the most captivating stories and innovative ideas that will shape the world of tomorrow. Subscribe today and join us on an incredible intergalactic voyage that promises to inspire and thrill. Humanity's survival in extreme zero-oxygen environments stands as one of the most profound stories of adaptation, ingenuity, and determination in the annals of human history. What makes this achievement so remarkable is the inherent danger and alien nature of such environments, where the very essence of life air cannot be taken for granted. Yet, despite these overwhelming odds, humankind has not only survived, but has thrived in the absence of oxygen, achieving feats that once seemed inconceivable. These achievements, born of an indomitable spirit of perseverance and the application of cutting-edge technology, have earned humanity the legendary status and enduring narrative that serves as a testament to human resilience, resourcefulness, and the ceaseless quest for exploration. The earliest chapters in this remarkable tale of survival were written in the vacuum of space. The very first astronauts, sent into the void by the ambitious space programs of the Soviet Union and the United States, were pioneers who ventured into an environment completely hostile to human life. Space, as we now know, is a near-perfect vacuum and airless expanse where the concept of breathing is irrelevant. The challenges of surviving in space were as daunting as they were unprecedented. There is no atmosphere, no air pressure, and no oxygen. Temperatures fluctuate between freezing cold and intense heat, and radiation from the sun bombards unprotected bodies with deadly intensity. For the first human space travelers, simply staying alive was a victory. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth, and in doing so, he not only made history but demonstrated the potential for survival in a zero-oxygen environment. His mission, which lasted just under 2 hours, involved navigating an environment where every breath, every movement, and every decision required careful planning and technological support. The Soviet space program had developed the Vostok spacecraft, which, despite its rudimentary technology by today's standards, was a marvel of engineering. Inside the capsule, Gagarin was enclosed in a pressurized environment that regulated his oxygen supply, temperature, and waste management. The spacecraft carried enough provisions to sustain life for the duration of the mission, but it was also a precarious system, one that was subject to failure. Gagarin's flight was a harbinger of things to come, but it also highlighted the fragility of human life when removed from the protective embrace of Earth's atmosphere. In the years that followed Gagarin's pioneering flight, space exploration became an ever more complex endeavor. The development of spacesuits and life support systems for astronauts became critical in humanity's quest to survive in zero-oxygen environments. The spacesuit, perhaps the most iconic symbol of space travel, evolved into a sophisticated, self-contained system that provided astronauts with everything they needed to survive while in space. Early designs were bulky and impractical, but over time, spacesuits were refined into lightweight, durable garments that could provide a continuous supply of oxygen, regulate temperature, and protect astronauts from radiation. These suits also contained communication systems, enabling astronauts to stay in contact with mission control, as well as waste management systems, allowing for extended missions without the need for frequent returns to Earth. The Apollo missions, culminating in the historic moon landing in 1969, represented the zenith of human achievement in zero-oxygen environments. The challenges facing the Apollo astronauts were immense. Not only did they have to navigate the vacuum of space, but they also had to contend with the moon's complete lack of atmosphere, making it impossible to breathe without the aid of life support systems. The moon's surface temperatures ranged from 173 C to 127 C, creating additional hurdles. The Apollo spacesuits were marvels of engineering, combining multiple layers of insulation, cooling systems, and oxygen tanks to keep the astronauts alive. Neil Armstrong's famous words as he stepped onto the moon, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," represented a monumental moment in human history. And yet they also symbolized humanity's triumph over a zero-oxygen environment that, in the early days of space exploration, had been seen as insurmountable. But the conquest of space was not the only realm where humanity faced zero-oxygen environments. Earth itself, in its vast and unexplored depths, held other extreme environments where life could not exist without the aid of technology. Beneath the ocean's surface, at depths where sunlight never penetrates and pressure mounts with each meter descended, oxygen becomes scarce, and the conditions are hostile to human life. The idea of descending into such depths, where the mere act of breathing becomes a monumental challenge, seems far removed from the world as we know it. However, through the development of submersible vehicles and pressurized suits, humans have managed to survive and explore these extreme environments. The first submersibles, developed in the early 20th century, were primitive compared to today's technological marvels. Yet, they opened the door to a new frontier, the deep ocean. In 1960, Swiss oceanographer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh made history by descending to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the world's oceans, in the Bathyscaphe Trias. At a depth of 10,911 meters, the pressure was over 1,000 times that at sea level, and the conditions were completely oxygen-deprived. Inside the Trias, Picard and Walsh relied on an entirely self-contained environment, where oxygen was supplied by tanks, and the pressure was regulated by the design of the vessel. The journey lasted 5 hours, but it was not without its risks. The sheer isolation and claustrophobia of being so far beneath the surface created an environment that tested the mental and physical limits of the explorers. As technology advanced, so too did humanity's ability to survive in such environments. Modern submersibles are capable of reaching even greater depths, and they are equipped with advanced life support systems that allow for longer periods of exploration. One of the most significant breakthroughs in this field came with the development of the deep-diving submersible Deep-Sea Challenger, which carried filmmaker James Cameron to the bottom of the Mariana Trench in 2012. Cameron's journey into the depths of the Earth's oceans was a symbolic and literal plunge into the unknown, where he survived for several hours at pressures exceeding 1,000 times those on land. Unlike the Trieste, the Deep-Sea Challenger was a cutting-edge vessel, designed with modern materials and equipped with a life support system that provided oxygen and managed waste. While space and the deep ocean have traditionally been humanity's most notable frontiers in terms of surviving in zero-oxygen environments, Earth itself has other regions where the lack of oxygen presents extreme challenges. The highest point on Earth, Mount Everest, provides a unique challenge to human survival. At over 8,848 meters, the summit of Everest lies far above the planet's breathable atmosphere, where the air pressure is only about one-third of what it is at sea level, and oxygen levels are dangerously low. Climbing Mount Everest is not just a physical feat, it is a testament to the will to survive in an environment where every breath becomes harder to take. Mountaineers who attempt to scale the peak use supplemental oxygen tanks to aid their breathing, but even with modern equipment, the risks are considerable. The extreme cold, the lack of oxygen, and the mental strain of high-altitude climbing have led many to succumb to the mountain's dangers. Nevertheless, despite these challenges, thousands of climbers have reached the summit, further cementing humanity's legendary status as survivors in oxygen-deprived environments. While surviving in extreme zero-oxygen environments has historically been a matter of exploration and adventure, the future of humanity in such conditions may take on a more practical and scientific role. As humanity looks beyond Earth to colonize other planets, particularly Mars, the question of surviving in oxygen-deprived environments becomes even more urgent. Mars, the red planet, has an atmosphere that is almost entirely devoid of oxygen, making it inhospitable to human life without significant technological intervention. The development of habitats and life support systems that can provide breathable air and protect against radiation is a key focus of modern space exploration. The technologies developed to sustain life on the International Space Station and to allow for human survival on the Moon will be critical for long-term human habitation on Mars. In the not-too-distant future, humanity may find itself living and working in environments where the air we breathe must be artificially created, And the challenges of survival in zero-oxygen environments will be part of daily life. These challenges, however, are not seen as insurmountable obstacles but as opportunities for further innovation and discovery. The survival of astronauts on the ISS, the successful moon landings, the deep-sea expeditions, and the successful climbs of Everest are part of a larger human narrative, a story of overcoming the odds, of proving that humanity's spirit is unbreakable, even when faced with the most extreme conditions. As we venture further into the cosmos and deeper into the Earth's oceans, the legends of those who survived in zero-oxygen environments will serve as both inspiration and guideposts for future generations of explorers. These pioneers have shown the world what is possible when we refuse to accept the boundaries imposed by nature, and their stories will continue to inspire as humanity pushes the limits of human survival in the most hostile, oxygen-deprived environments the universe can offer.